Chicago instrument manufacturer Lyon and Healy has been hand-making harps since 1889. Since then, musicians from all over the world visit to play and purchase their very own harp.
Here's where we're beginning the mechanism stage, part of building the mechanism. This is all the interior part. You see all the different linkage that we use that connects all the pedals up into this mechanism. And what this enables the harpist to do is to change keys and positions while they're playing the harp using their feet. The reason we don't use machinery is the chances of slipping or over torquing the screws. Again, these are a very highly calibrated mechanism, so we prefer to do all this work by hand. There's over approximately 45 discs, and you have two rows here. You have the natural line and you have the sharp line, and they all are individually adjusted to create the proper pitch so that when the harpist does pedal into different key signatures, they're playing in tune.
As they cut out each individual piece for the harp, the craftsmen inspect the wood to make sure each piece of raw maple lumber lives up to the Lyon and Healy standards to make a one-of-a-kind instrument.
Working on one of the columns, it's a very structural, integral part of the instrument, and we're just kind of sanding the top areas there, just doing some final work before it gets final shape and to whatever particular style this is going to be.
All right, at this step here, this is one of the more fancier harps we build. So we put a Babinga inlay into here that gets all hand fitted. You can see the harp maker has taken these different pieces and he channels out a little groove, an inlay where this piece of wood is going to fit in.
Preference for skilled hands over computerized machinery is what gives Lyon and Healy their reputation for crafting extravagant, durable, and finely detailed instruments.
One of the things he's working first is with the light. They use the light to sort of create the shadows and the textures. It helps them to define the backgrounds as well as define the carving that they're working on.
Each meticulously crafted piece eventually comes together to create a tall, sturdy frame.
Now the whole sound chamber and the column and the baseboard and the base and all the different pieces have been assembled, and we have our layout of where our mechanism is going to go onto the instruments, okay? So that brass mechanism is going to get mounted onto this piece here. Hector's shaping the same knee block we just saw being carved out with the gouge. We're at a point here where we're very close to getting the final shape. And this is all done with the use of some patterns, but it's also done with a lot of experience in knowing what it's supposed to look like. And this is a very traditional way of gilding. This is a water gilding, we call it. And if we took a time machine back 100 years to Lyon Healy, you'd see the same process happening there. Once the gold is applied, we have to actually sort of polish the gold in certain areas of the harp. Some of the areas just get done in a beautiful matte finish, and others then get polished in this beautiful gold mirror finish. All of our gilders have been here for probably at least 20 years doing this, and we try to get people who have an artistic background and have that really patience, because it takes a lot of patience to do this type of work.
Once the harp is strung, the frame is under 2,000 pounds of pressure. The frame settles while awaiting the final calibration that gives each string the correct pitch, and each harp is tuned over weeks while the strings and frame settle into the right spot.
The final process in the stage of building the harp, we call this the regulation. And what's important is that the adjustments of how the discs are grabbing the string is the correct semitone. And they use a meter here. There's a strobe meter that they use to enable them to know they're right at the exact pitch. So now we're in the showroom. The harp has been regulated, our harpist has played it, and it's been finished, checked, and ready to be played by professional as well as amateur harpists.
Reporting in Chicago, I'm Marcus DiPaola.